What's up guys, this is Emeric from Emeric's Timelapse and welcome back to this new video, which is a new concept for this YouTube channel. I'm going to review your time-lapse videos. So I asked you on Instagram about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago to send me some links if you were interested by the video, by the project, and you guys were a lot of them. So hopefully this video won't be too long. I apologize if you guys didn't make the cut. I just didn't want the video to be super long, so I might have removed some people. You can send me an email if you want or a message and I can tell you what I thought about the time-lapse you sent me. Just want to make things clear, time-lapse and art in general is very subjective. You know, what you think about anything related to art is very subjective. It's your own opinion, but there is definitely some technique and stuff you can do in time-lapse photography to make your videos better, and this is what I'm gonna, this is how I'm gonna judge and review your time-lapse videos today. So it's gonna be what? The overall quality, sharpness is gonna be kind of hard because it's YouTube, and then you seeing a screen recorded of a YouTube video of something already exported several times. Oops. So sharpness, not going to be, I'm going to look at interval and smoothness, probably a little bit of color correction, but again, not that much because color correction can be something you do in a way to, it's again, art is subjective. I don't know how to explain this. And I'm going to look composition, obviously, and the overall quality of the time-lapse. Let's go. Here we have Tristan. I'm going to go in 4K, obviously. We want 4K. Oh, beautiful. Oh man, look at that sunrise. This is Quebec, I think. Montreal. No, that's not Montreal, I think that's Quebec. Is that Quebec? I'm sorry, it's from Quebec, definitely. Damn, YouTube, every time in the sky, look at the YouTube compression in the sky, it's pretty terrible. I hate YouTube for that. Otherwise, the time-lapses are great. Beautiful time-lapse and beautiful videos. Yeah, Tristan, it's beautiful, beautiful time-lapse. I really don't have anything to say. Like, it is beautiful. Like, image are very, sharp, clear. I don't see any flicker. It's very clean colors. They're very natural. I don't see tons of birds in the sky, which I'm going to judge you on that, guys, for the next people. Let's go to the next one. We have Alexander Dirk. Sorry if I don't pronounce your names properly. At Alexander Hamburger on Instagram. Beautiful hyperlapse of Singapore. Nice. This is good. Yeah, it's a little foggy. It looks kind of, smoggy a little bit. But I mean, that's nothing you can do. Otherwise, the hyperlapse is great. It looks very smooth. I'm looking at the fence right now, because when you have close object on the hyperlapse, you usually can see it moving left and right, back and forth, but right now it's pretty good. If you send me hyperlapse, I'm going to check the corners as well of the buildings, because it's usually hard with the lens distortion to stabilize this, but you did a really good job on this one. Great job, Alexander. We have a time-lapse from Vitaly Kosmin at Vitaly Kosmin on Instagram. Beautiful sunset, it looks like it. Nice. Pretty cool. I don't know what that tower is. If you guys know what that tower is, I would love to see to know. It's a beautiful tower. All the cranes. Yeah, it's a great sunset. There is no flicker, contrast or brightness. I don't know if you did a job removing birds in the sky or there was actually no birds, but it's pretty good. Obviously, the water might be a little distracting at the beginning, but there's not much you can do when you shoot a day to night, because I don't recommend to shoot with the ND filter for the day to night. Otherwise, it's a beautiful sunset. Really nice, very clear, very sharp, and I love the tower. It's a beautiful tower. All right, what do we have next? We have Stephen Stephen Orr, I'm not sure. He sent me a time-lapse of beautiful Paris. Let's see. We have a day tonight. Is that 4K? That really don't look like 4K here. Ah, yeah, that's better. That was not 4K. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the problem I have with those boats in Paris is like, they're super close. So every time one of them, when you shoot a day tonight, you get contrast flicker. like you can see it, it's pretty visible. It's a problem I have too, and it's like every time a boat passes really close from the camera, you can see the entire image is like kind of like flashing real quick. It's contrast flicker because of Lightroom. It's better at night since longer exposure, but during the day you can still see a little bit. Otherwise, it's a beautiful time lapse. Towards the end, my only comment would be maybe you could try to go a little bit underexposed in order to not have like those highlights being super bright, because it feels like they're a little burned. There's some clipping right there, and the Eiffel Tower too. If you go maybe a little underexposed, not that much, you'll be able to, maybe the foreground might be a little dark, but you can, play with the shadows, and at least you don't lose those highlights in the Eiffel Tower, because it's kind of like really, really bright right here, and it's kind of distracting towards the end. It's too bad because until here it's good, and then all those lights are kind of very bright and kind of distract my eyes of the entire image. But otherwise, it's a great clip, beautiful, beautiful time lapse. All right, so next we have Dr. I don't know if it's Doctor, but it's DRVA, Dr. Vae. He's sending us a beautiful time lapse of downtown LA. Okay, so the only comments I would make here is, I'm someone who hates cropping buildings on the side of my time lapses. So the fact that you crop the top of the US Bank is just, oh, I hate it. I know you're probably aiming towards the ground. If I were you, I would maybe back up a little bit more and then just tilt the camera up a little bit. Also, we have done maybe a color correction, a little bluer. Here it's very yellow. It looks like you didn't change the white balance. But otherwise, I love the movements flying towards LA like this. It's really nice, looks really sharp. Next we have Abdul Achilles at 7 Anclo Ford. Sorry if I don't say your name properly. What do we have here? We have a sunset by the beach or something. I like the music. Oh, the moonset, beautiful. Oh, nice. That looks very cinematic. I like it. I love, look at the back. Another sunset. Nice. Okay. At least this one is better because you have more clouds going in the sky, but the first one was kind of empty. I would have zoomed in more a little bit. Let's come back on this. Oh, there's some birds here. You can definitely remove those birds using the Lighten fusion mode thing. Blending mode, you can remove the birds super easily because there's no clouds in the background, it's one color. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. Beside this shot here and the birds at the end, I feel like, yeah, the water is distracting and there's way too much things, nothing actually going on in the sky. You could have zoomed in like right here and see the moonset a little closer. And the birds at the end, remove the birds. Next, what do we have? We have Jordi the Temple at Jordi the Temple. He sent me a Barcelona time lapse. Let's see what we have. Beautiful. The sky compression, it's always a problem, even on Vimeo apparently. Nice. Beautiful sunset. Oh, I like that. It's very cinematic. Edit's going well with the music, good job on that. Interval looks perfect for the clouds right here, for example. Wow, Barcelona is really nice. Or Jordi the Temple made it look super nice with this time lapses, that's for sure. For the last clip with the people, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I would have chosen, is that how you say it? Maybe a slightly longer shutter speed. To kind of blur the people a bit more. Otherwise, it looks really clean. I don't know if you did a job to remove all the birds by the ocean, but it looks clean. There's not much I can tell here. Besides, it's a great time lapse. Beautiful work, beautiful work. Next, what do we have? We have Michael London Viewpoints. Michael Thomas sent me a time lapse of Lumiere in Durham. Do we have a 4K? We have only HD. Let's see. the plants in the foreground. Try to avoid like having trees or grass flying like in the foreground. It's not really nice. I mean, I like the overall vibe you created here. It's not the brightest color, but I guess that's how UK looks like. It's always gray, right? But it looks kind of moody. And then boom, you go to the colors, the shadow. And sometimes there's not much you can do. It's very moody, I don't know. Yeah, it's a great job. There's a few shots I feel like this one. I mean, I don't understand why time-lapse. Maybe it's just a video, but you don't really see that it's a time-lapse. There's not much moving. It's too bad there's no lights going up and like back and forth on the spring. But otherwise, it's great, moody. Definitely great use of sliding and panning stuff. Yeah, beside a few clips, there is great work here. Michael, great work. What else do we have? We have Just Click It, send me a time-lapse. Vivek Jadaf is send me a time-lapse of the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. Let's see what we have here. Oh, great angle. This grade is... That's a fun music too. It looks like his shot was a phone, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, for the first one, I can't really pose it on Instagram. First one, it's kind of a little weird. I would love maybe went down a little bit more. Or maybe you were carving the people, I'm not sure. Otherwise, interval is good. It looks like it was shot with a phone. Anyway, yeah, it's composition. I know how hard it is to shoot from there, especially if you're right in it. I feel like it's better from outside. So yeah, I would have worked on the composition maybe a little bit. There's a little bit of flickering. So if you have the way, I don't know if you can change the settings, if it's a phone or a camera, it's hard to tell, but anyway, it looks good though, it looks good, but I feel like you could do better. I feel like you could do better, and like the camera was moving here. I'm very picky on this, on stabilization, so you could have worked on that too. Next, what do we have? We have Benjamin Barb, is that what it is? At Benjamin Barb video. It sent me a time-lapse of Rouen 2019. Let's watch it in 4K. Great interval selection, you can see the cars going. Okay, all right, so this hyperlapse is great. I feel like this is a great subject for hyperlapse, but I'm going to be picky. It's a little jerky. I feel like you didn't use the same distance between each shot, which you can see it, and there's probably some problem with stabilization. I feel like it's going, yeah, you can see on the side, it's like moving like this, balancing. So it was a great hyperlapse, but you could have worked on it a little bit more, and if it's not good enough, just go reshoot it and post a better one. There's some birds, and the camera is moving a little bit. Okay, this is two problems I keep seeing here. Birds, remove the birds. It's not looking really good. And if your camera just move a little bit because there's a wind gust, whatever, stabilize it. If there's a blurry picture, remove it. It just work on this. And I can keep saying this right now. You want to share the best work every time. Nice, this one is good. See, like I saw the first hyperlapse, I was like, you could have done better, and then I feel like you took more time on those hyperlapse, and it's not 100% perfect. I can still see a little bit of, you know, it's a little jerky at some point, and there's some like jump from one frame to another, or the side little moving, balancing back and forth. But I feel like you took way more time on this one than the first one, and you can see that at the end, you can see it. Lapse from Bobby Gibbons. Let's watch this one in 4K. Yes. Oh, this is LA. Bobby. It's a great name, Bobby. Not well said. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. The thing is, I know LA pretty well, and those are really unique shots. I've rarely seen those shots just as a picture or time lapses, and it looks really good. So far on the technical aspect of the time lapse, they look really good. I've seen some, you know, stabilization work to do, but otherwise it looks really good. And it really actually making me miss LA like a lot. Oh yeah. Ooh, I don't miss that. I don't miss the traffic for sure. All right, yeah, Bobby, it's great work. Like, you're definitely making me miss LA. I've seen some really bad grain in the sky. The sky at night is usually the worst when you get grain. Even if you don't use much, like 400 on a good camera, you can still see a lot of grain. You can use plugins on After Effects like Neat Video. It's doing an amazing job, but you have to pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, you can use Remove Grain, or maybe work a little bit more with the denoiser on Lightroom. And then maybe a few shots that are a tiny bit moving, but I'm getting a little picky on this. Great job, Bobby. Like, oh man, okay. That's a time lapse, not this one, the one after, one in full screen. Oh, come on. It's the one of, oh, Universal City, great job. This shot, when it's clear, you can see the mountains, and that's, oh, the moon rising. Bobby, you're making me miss California so much. Great job, though. I'm gonna move on. We have Mattia Bici. Mattia doing some YouTube. Check his YouTube channel. He's like doing some tutorial on time lapse too. I love this guy. Mattia Bici doing some great work in Spain. Let's see. We have, is it Madrid, capital of Spain? Let's see what we have. Wow, that looks crisp in 8K for sure. You guys are good using sliders. I gotta say, I'm not good. I like panning and tilting, but sliding stuff, I'm not really good, and I haven't really taken the time to work with sliders that much, but you did a good job for the flicker, like being so close from the cars like this. It looks really nice. Even sometimes the slow shutter, you know, you have all the car lights going up everywhere, so it's kind of like hard not to have like flicker sometimes. But it looks really good. You did a good job on that. Well, good job, Mattia. It was really good, really good job, very clean. I don't really have much to say. You did really good, yeah. Go check his Instagram and YouTube, Mattia Bici. Next, we have Turkey time lapse from Brahim Ikarchi on Instagram. Again, sorry if I do not pronounce properly. I could give me some 4K stuff. I want crisp and sharp. Turkey. It's the first one we have from Turkey. Nice. That would have been a great tilt shift spot right here. Same that earlier, like the hyperlapse is, it's not quite there. Like, it's a little jerky. Take more time to stabilize, guys. I know it's hard because you're going around your elements. There's tons of birds too. Work on the birds. See, this is what I talked about earlier with the fence. Is like you can see like if you look at this little rock thing here, you can see it's moving left and right, back and forth, because it was probably not perfectly moving the tripod left and right. Tons of birds. You could look at all those birds. You can remove them, like use the blending fusion mode, where you select the sky, duplicate the layer, select the sky with a mask, move the top layer 1 frame to the right, and right click, blending mode, lighten. It's gonna remove all the darker pixel that, you know, the layer under this, so all the birds gonna be gone in 2 clicks. Okay, so you have some blurry frame right there. If you end up with a blurry frame on hyperlapse because you were touching the camera, just reshoot it, because usually you have you know, very long intervals. So if you remove one photo, it's hardly gonna be noticeable, and I'd rather have one photo missing than a blurry one. And here you look like you have some blurry frames. Look at the top of the tower too. You could definitely remove the birds. That would be amazing. That's gonna change your time lapse that you'll see. Take more time in hyperlapses. Make sure when you're shooting and stabilizing, because I can see it's moving a little bit and you end up with some blurry frames at some points, and I'm sure you can easily fix that. Otherwise, it's great work. You have some great view, great composition. Good job, Brahim. Next we have Tribute in Light. So this is Massimo at mv.nyc. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so it's probably a loop for Instagram, I suppose. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, it's quick. I don't have much to say here. I like the color correction where it looks very different than what I usually do. Maybe your highlights are in the cars might be a bit overexposed right here. So be careful when you're shooting. But I like the very cold gray tone that you created, kind of desaturated. So yeah, good job on that. Next we have Erlen 4K by Alex Nye Art. Sorry, it's just every time I saw your Instagram, I thought there was like New Year's Eve and NYE. Sorry, it's just what I see. Nice. Good speed ramping here. Love it. I'm not really good at judging landscape time lapses. I mean, I'm just gonna look at the technical aspect of the time lapse, but otherwise they look great composition. I don't shoot. There's some birds here. Oh, a lot of birds. Yeah, take the time. Oh man. Yeah, guys, take the time. Why did spacebar? I thought spacebar was posing. You guys take the time to remove the birds, please. Oh, that was nice. Beautiful. More birds. Good job, Alex Nye. It was really nice. Beside the birds, I feel like there's not much I can say. Like all your drone laps were really nice. We can do a drinking game on this video. Every time I say bird, you drink. Okay. Next we have Gokula Krishnan Gokul. Sorry if I don't say him properly. Let's see what he sent me. Time-lapse shot was Canon M50. This is this camera right there. This is my vlogging camera, so congrats to shoot a time-lapse with this camera. Okay, it's a little short, but the colors are really nice. I feel like, yeah, you will probably not be able to change the settings on this camera, I suppose. It's jumping, it looks like you might have been in autofocus, be in manual focus. Otherwise, I mean, it's harder for me to judge this time-lapse. There's not much going on. Maybe try to find a more interesting subjects, because like those rocks are kind of not that interesting. The water is fine. Maybe if you were able to go more on the right and aim towards the sunset, you have like the mountain and then the cloud reflection in the water. Like those rocks don't really add to the time-lapse. So yeah, maybe try a different location aiming toward the sunset for this location. We have two more. We have Andrew Woodby, send me a time-lapse of Sydney, Australia. Let's see what we have. Oh man, I love Sydney. I think this is one of the city I want to shoot so much there. I want to shoot. It's a beautiful skyline. The only thing I would say, besides it's really great, I feel like your composition is kind of like cutting some boats here. I don't know what's under, where you're shooting from. There are also some bugs passing in front of it. It can be distracting. And maybe your composition, maybe either go a little wider or go a little tighter, but it's kind of like cropping some elements. But yeah, otherwise it's good. That would be my only comments. And removing the bugs, I can see like really fast. But flicker wise, super clean. And we have one more, which is Hyperlapse plus time-lapse showreel for Emeric time-lapse. Ooh, custom name, nice. From Paul at Dortweden. He sent me this. Do we have 4K? Yes, we have 4K. Let's see what he sent me. Yes, that's more like it. It's Berlin. Damn, those old buildings are really, really photogenic. Look really nice. Very clean hyperlapse, gotta say. The problem I took earlier was jerky. Oh, that's Paris. This one is blurry. Be careful. Yeah, I can see some blurry frames on this one. Just be careful. Yeah, I know I don't know where you were shooting from. Probably from Concord Place, the Plaza. If you have a blurry frame again in hyperlapse, just stay where you are and take another one sharp, and you can remove the blurry one. Really nice, yeah. Otherwise, it's a great job. They're really smooth, like the lens. Wait, did you shoot the hyperlapse from the Eiffel Tower? That's from the Eiffel Tower. Is that it? Wow, good job. You really have some unique motion from places you wouldn't think you could be able to shoot it. Birds, tons of birds on a clear sky. No reason not to remove them. I like this one. You know, it's not the most interesting subject, but it's so, I don't know, there's something about it. It's super nice. I like it. It's different. That's what it is. And now we're in New York. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that was very recent, yeah. That looked like Amsterdam, I would say, right? The weed city. Tons of birds, guys, birds. Paul, thank you so much. It's definitely a great hyperlapse. What I like with your work is you do hyperlapse, but you don't do it on a huge distance. I look like you worked on the hyperlapse and checked on the distance you could actually use, and sometimes it could be even a slider. Like it could be a big slider, but it could be a slider, and it kind of adds some, 3D perspective to what you're shooting, and it's great work. Again, you could have definitely taken the time to remove all those birds. All right, this is it, guys. This was the last video you sent me. Thank you so much for everyone who sent me. I'm sorry if you didn't end up in the video. I put all the link and people in the description below. So if you want to see the original time lapse or the full version, go check the description below. There is everything you need right there. Before I leave you, what to remember in all those time lapse, what I can see, most of the problems, the biggest one is birds. Remove the bird, planes, helicopters, that looks like black spot flying super fast on the time lapse. Please take the time to remove this. I've seen some time lapse in hyperlapse where it's a little shaky and a little jerky in some levels, so take the time to stabilize and work on all of this. It's also important for the quality of your time lapse. Otherwise, for the smoothness and interval, most of the time it was really good. I feel like you know how to control all your settings, and it's great. Color correction were overall really good, not too much. I feel like time lapse is not natural, but if you want to make a great time lapse, I feel like keeping a very natural colors, it's gonna make it look better for the time lapse. And otherwise, I feel like this is it. Guys, take the time to remove the birds. You'll see the difference that makes on your time lapse. It's huge. Not even birds, like planes or helicopters that are distracting. If it's distracting, remove it. Look at your time lapse. If you see something distracting, remove it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is hopefully not a too long video, and I will see you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.